Everybody, welcome back with the Purplatypus is the name, and I am now officially a video gamer. Today we're talking sort of Convallaria, and I am proud to announce that I have officially, my hair looks crazy. That's not what I'm here to announce. I'm proud to announce that I have finally finished my first path in Spiral of Destinies. And a couple things. I want to give a little bit of I guess, a review of the mode in general. I still got a lot more to do, but also first, I just want to say, like, this shit is so much better than I thought it was. Now, I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was good, but it's even better than I thought it was. So, like, mechanically, the gameplay is fine. It's serviceable. The moment-to-moment town stuff takes a little bit more time than I would like, and I don't feel like it's necessary. All that stuff is that necessary. It's like fun, and I kind of like doing it. But the combat is the combat. It's good, right? I have a good time with that. But man, the story is so good. I just got a notification. There we go. Welcome, Pooh Boy. But the story is so good. I mean, it's well told, it's well paced, and it feels like sort of Convallaria was like deep into development as a single player RPG, strategy RPG, and then they were like, hey, let's add another year to development and let's make it a gotcha, and then we'll kind of change how we do this mode. That's what it kind of feels like. It feels like they just kind of like, we're going to be a single player game, and then they ended up becoming a gotcha instead, which is fine. I mean, it's good for me in terms of content, but the story is just so good and so well paced, and you guys should be playing it, is what I'm trying to say. I finally hit level 60, so I'm like, what do I do when I feel like playing a game? I now just jump into Spiral of Destinies. I'm really excited to play more and get some more endings. And here's the thing. There is a lot more than what I have here, and there's even like a new mode here, and there's a different branching path of this story. This game's not afraid to go dark. Like, when I say dark, I don't mean like, I mean like in terms of its tone and its setting. It's not I don't know how the other stories turn out. I'll be honest. I don't know how any of these stories turn out if you go different paths. But holy shit, this has to be the worst / saddest ending possible. Nothing works out. Everyone's unhappy at the end. But watching how you get there is it was such a good developmental like story arc, where it's like you're just trying to do you're trying to do the right thing, trying to do the right thing, and then suddenly it becomes kind of a gray line. Like, is this even right? Am I like, I'm trying to do the right thing, but like now it's like I have to do this, and then suddenly it's just like, now you're like on the opposite side. Now you're like the bad guy from just trying to do the good stuff, and you're still trying to do the right stuff, but then it just like it's crazy good. But I will say, it's not afraid to like really just be depressing and sad. So if that's something you don't like, maybe avoid it. Although I do hear that this one, the new one that they added, is a much more lighthearted experience. I bet all of these are a little bit dark. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is like the saddest ending you can get, because pretty much nothing gets resolved. It has serious Game of Thrones vibes, where it's just like, oh, they're dead. Oh, they're dead. They're dead. They died. They died. All these people are just fucking dying, bro. And it's like, oh, it's like my fault in a lot of ways. I mean, it's the story, it's written, but you know what I mean. Very fun mode. So, but if you actually go in and you do it yourself, it's also just like a lot of fucking fun. Like, I have been having more fun with Spiral of Destinies than I have with any other aspect of the game, just from enjoying the story and doing the fights, if I'm being completely honest. Let me fix this. Oh, there we go. Is that better? Is that more like normal? That's a little bit better. But also, as you do it, like, I'm trying to think how many keys you actually use. So this probably took me, it took me since release, but let's say I got here, I went through all of these over the last 2 days. So maybe each of these takes a little over an hour, maybe close. If you're going through it slowly, it could take 2 to 3 hours. After you've seen it the first time, you could probably get through each of these in, honestly, probably 20 minutes. You can go through 15 to 20 minutes if you're just skipping everything and going straight to the end. But if you're watching the story, each of these will take you multiple hours, especially if some of these feel longer than others. And it's just like, this is one key, this is one key. So it takes like what, how many keys to get to the end? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It took like 6 keys to get to the end. So it's like, that was easily a week's worth of content for me. And I think you get You get a couple keys a week. So if you play this mode an insane amount, you could run out of keys, especially if you're trying to just farm the rewards. But honestly, like, I still have 20 keys left. I mean, that means that's like I have 20 to 40 hours of content left to do in this mode just from my keys, let alone like actually experiencing all this new stuff and seeing all these branches. So make sure you're doing this mode. It's just fun. It's fun. I feel like in the gacha game, a lot of people care about rewards. This mode does have rewards that are worth getting. A lot of hope luxite, but I don't want people to forget to have fun with the game as well. As you go through and you do these stories, you're going to get these little boosts when you start. They're pretty small, honestly. They're pretty small. But they're like nice. They'll make the mode a little bit easier. Honestly, the mode is kind of really easy already, but it is kind of fun to, like, you know, if you want to, they let you bring your Elysium characters into this, right? So you could just bring, like, I could bring my level 60 characters, and I won't lie, I did for a part of it when I was trying to just get through the story part, and I didn't really feel like doing the town part anymore. But next time I'm going through it on a new story, I don't want to use Elysium characters, and if I'm going with, like, Iria and Iria Path, I want to use Irian characters. You know, I just kind of want to play into the whole, that it makes it more fun for me, just kind of play into the whole thing. So these modes will actually matter, you know, and this will help you get additional builds, right? 10 additional timber and iron ingots isn't that big of a deal, but the divination feature will give you like differences when you start. You can choose different kinds of, like, I mean, most of these things are just going to be normal, but you even when you're like playing through it and you build a character, characters can get like skills and abilities and talents that they can't get outside of this mode. So you can do really cool, unique builds for characters. You can have like a nuts run where your character's just busted, and then you're gonna win easily. It's a little bit like a roguelike mode in that way, but I would say it's not hard. It's not designed to be hard. You could get busted and broken, but you don't need to be to get through it. But yeah, honestly, I just wanted to share that it took me till I hit level 60, and it took me until now, but I finally am a real gamer, and I got through, and I got my very first ending here. And I'm kind of curious if you guys have gotten through and gotten an ending. What is the ending you guys got? I want to know which one you got first, and if you guys think I got the worst one, if you know. I do want to do this one next, but I have to see the rest of this path first. I have to see this path through to the end. I got to know this. So this is what I'm going to do next, and then I think on stream, I'm going to start streaming this one after I finish that. But yeah, overall review of the mode, honestly, it's probably an 8 out of 10. I think mechanically it could be a little more interesting, if I'm being honest, but I think from just a moment-to-moment fun standpoint, like if I just kind of breezed through a lot of the early town stuff, and the PayPal stuff was kind of not that interesting with like the prayer and stuff. I didn't really like it that much. But like most of like the foraging and the getting the new talents and the luxite and, you know, getting more characters to do dispatch missions, all that was great. I actually had a fun time doing all that stuff. It just got to a point where I could tell my characters were strong enough, and I just wanted to scoot through to the end, and so I started ignoring it at the end. But I hear the trade post is actually more interesting overall, but just the pacing of the narrative is good, and the game is not afraid to make big moves. Like, things just happen. There'll be like some big events that I would like to hear about, that I would like to see that happen kind of off screen. But I actually think that helps with the overall pacing of the game, in a sense where it's like you get to see the most important things that affect your characters. But sometimes, you know, it's like that happened in Game of Thrones too. It's like this place went to war with this place and they killed this person. I'm like, none of my characters were there. Why would I have seen that? But so you just hear about it. You're like, holy shit, that's huge. That just happened. We found that out in a letter, bro. Are you kidding me? And then, but overall, great mode, super fun, 8 out of 10. And honestly, story-wise, it's like a 10 out of 10 and 9 out of 10. I had a really good time. I just enjoyed the story and I enjoy the characters. I wish Rawia was in it more. I bet another one of the paths she is. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. Just wanted to talk about the mode. Anyway, much love. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye. Platypus on the rise. Watch the views go.